hello, good evening, g'day, welcome to the 20th Victorian State Parliament Iftar dinner. My name is Iskhandar Razak, you can just call me Isk. And I have to say, when I was asked to MC this event, I thought I probably should not. I thought, I grew up in South Australia as a migrant from a Muslim family. Half of my family is Christian, half of my family is Muslim. And as a child, Ramadan was difficult. I had trouble explaining to friends what was happening, and at the time, people didn't really want to understand. As I grew up, Ramadan and fasting became a very private affair because we were a very small community in Adelaide as well. Making things worse, I'm a bit of an idiot. As a child, as a teenager, let's be honest, and in South Australia, during the summer months of fasting, when sunset gets close to 9 p.m. and sunrise is 5 a.m. from memory, I made terrible mistakes about the food choices after iftar. Too much caffeine, too much Coca-Cola, too much junk food, very little nutrients, and then sleeping in, waking up and having to push on through again. But gladly, happily, I've evolved. And looking out here, I can see how far Australian society has evolved. People here are welcoming and indeed wanting to know and wanting to share and learn. So from me to you, thank you for inviting me and showing me I had nothing to fear by coming here. Plus my mother in the back of my mind, be a good Muslim. I'd also like to acknowledge that we're standing on Wurundjeri land, and I want to pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Although this land was never ceded, I want to thank the ancestors and descendants from all of the Indigenous nations across this island continent for all they have done to preserve these lands, and I acknowledge their pursuit for recognition and for justice. We have many, many distinguished people in the room tonight. You're all actually quite distinguished and put me to shame. I just read a teleprompter. You all know what you're doing. But the most important people from the top include our co-hosts, Ms. Nina Taylor, Parliamentary Secretary for Education, thank you, Mr. Nick McGowan, the Shadow Minister for Environment and Shadow Minister for Fire Rescue Victoria, and Ahmed Keskin, the Executive Director of the Australian Intercultural Society. We also have the Human Rights Commissioner of the Australian Human Rights Commission, Ms. Lorraine Finlay, who will be offering the keynote speech tonight. To the many members of State Parliament who are here with us as well, thank you. From the Victorian Government, we have Mr. Steve McGee, and from the Victorian Opposition, Ms. Georgie Crozier, Mr. David Southwick, Ms. Melina Barth, Ms. Kim O'Keefe, and Mr. John Pasuto. And from the Victorian Greens Party, we have Dr. Tim Reid as well. I really do hope I didn't miss anyone, but like the ABC, I'll apologise tomorrow night. To the many members of the Judiciary and members of the Consular Corps, we also welcome you. I also acknowledge the presence of leaders and representatives from all sectors of our society, senior office holders from the public service, federal and state law enforcement, universities, the corporate sector, legal practitioners, media groups, local councils, not-for-profit organisations, including the ethnic, cultural and religious groups. Welcome, one and all. The Australian Intercultural Society was set up in the year 2000 with a view of building relations between diverse communities through meaningful dialogue. Since its inception, they have pioneered important cultural events such as the first mosque open day at Sunshine Mosque in July 2001, and since 2002, the first large-scale iftar dinner where friends from a broad cross-section of society joined Muslim hosts at the dinner table. And in 2005, they've taken these iftar dinners to the homes, providing more intimate settings. AIS strongly believes in the value of those events, particularly during these challenging times, and they are more challenging by the minute. They work by their slogan of build bridges through interaction, information, and cooperation. We, Australia, are a successful multicultural society, but as we've seen, we need to work at it constantly by providing opportunities to come together and strengthen the common core of values we have in society.